السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. مرحبا بكم في قناتكم The Professor. اليوم إن شاء الله سوف نتكلم عن 10 خطوات لكي تكون معلم مبدع. لابد أن نسأل أنفسنا هذه الأسئلة التي سوف نشرحها في هذا الفيديو إن شاء الله. السؤال الأول: كم عمر الطلاب الموجودين داخل الفصل؟ رقم 2: كم عدد الطلاب الموجودين في الفصل؟ رقم 3: ما هو مستوى الطلاب داخل الفصل؟ المستوى الأكاديمي. والسؤال الرابع: هل هم طلاب جدد أم طلاب موجودين بالمدرسة بالفعل؟ والسؤال الخامس: أهمية الكورس أو المنهج بالنسبة للطلاب. والسؤال السادس: متى موعد الحصص أو دروس المنهج؟ السؤال السابع: أين الدروس؟ هل هي في نفس الفصل أم هل للمعلم حجرة خاصة والطلاب يذهبون إليه؟ والسؤال الثامن: هل هناك منهج محدد من قبل المدرسة أو من قبل الوزارة؟ السؤال التاسع: هل الطلاب لديهم الكتب المقررة دراسيا أم سوف نعتمد على أوراق العمل وما إلى ذلك؟ والسؤال الأخير: ما هي المعدات الموجودة داخل الفصل للمساعدة في التدريس والموجودة داخل المدرسة أيضا؟ هذا ما سوف نراه في الفيديو، تابعونا.
10 questions to ask about a new class. The more you know about a class of students before you start teaching them, the easier it is to be prepared. Here are 10 questions you can ask the head of your school or department about a class before the first lesson. You won't always necessarily receive answers to all 10 of them because the composition of a class can change at the last minute, but they provide a helpful starting point. 1. How old are the students? The age of your students will affect the content of a lesson and your approach to teaching. If you are teaching very young learners, aged 3-7, you'll need the skills of a childminder as well as a teacher. With young learners up to the age of 11, you'll need plenty of variety to keep them occupied. If teenagers have been told to study English, they might lack interest in learning, and so you'll need to use more strategies to make the lesson motivating. Younger adults, 18 and above, at university age may need English for their studies and to study abroad. For many working adults, English is necessary for their job. For others, English could be a hobby or something they want to use on holiday. And for some students, English lessons are as much about socializing with other people and having fun as they are about learning the language. 2. How many students are there? If there is one student in your class, usually called one-to-one or individual lessons, then the student probably wants an intensive course to focus on their personal needs. Small groups with between 2 and 6 people can be held round a table or in a circle of chairs. Medium-sized classes will require you to make sure everyone takes part and benefits. With classes of 30 or more, classroom management becomes a key part of teaching. You'll need to divide the students into smaller groups for some parts of the lesson. 3. What level are they? Coursebooks often define levels in terms of beginner, elementary, pre-intermediate, intermediate, upper intermediate and advanced. And many language schools use similar terminology for levels. However, how a student's level is gauged may depend on a placement test given by the school at the beginning of a course. And even once a student is placed in a class at a certain level, you might find that all the students in the class have different levels of English, and their abilities and different skills, reading, writing, listening and speaking, may vary considerably. 4. Are they a new class or an existing class? If your class is new, then you will need to start your first lesson with some getting to know you activities. If you are inheriting an existing class, you can continue from where they left off. If their previous teacher still works at the school, then you can get lots of useful background information about the class. 5. Why are the students taking this course? As we saw in question 1, age is a significant factor. For young learners and teens, the reason for learning is probably that they have to, because of parents and schools. However, the reasons that adults want to study English may vary: jobs, academic study, pleasure, travel, and these reasons may affect the class approach to learning. For example, a class full of adults who need to learn English for career progression might be under more pressure than an evening class with adults who are learning for pleasure. 6. When are the lessons? Obviously, you need to know when a lesson starts and ends and which day it's on. However, it isn't always quite as clear-cut as that. In some countries there is something called a lesson hour. For example, a lesson hour can be 50 minutes of actual teaching in Italy or 45 minutes in Poland. So your class might be scheduled from 9 a.m. until 10 a.m., but in fact you will end at 9:50 a.m. 7. Where are the lessons? If you are working in a school, you just need to know which classroom you are in. Often it will be the same classroom every time, but sometimes your lesson might be held in different classrooms on different days. Alternatively, you might be required to teach at a student's own place of work, in which case you need the address and information on how to get there. 8. Do I follow a syllabus? A syllabus is a list of language items that you are expected to teach over the length of a course. Some schools have these formally written down, and you are expected to follow them. Other schools follow an externally prepared syllabus. Typically this is the contents of a course book. On specialized courses, such as one-to-one or courses for special areas of English for work, the course might be designed for the student by the school or by the teacher. 9. Will the students have the course book? Many classes follow a course book either in printed form or, increasingly, on tablets and laptops, which provides a structure to the course. However, the students won't always have this resource for the first few lessons, so be prepared to use other material until everyone has the course book. 10. What equipment is in the classroom? Classrooms across the world have different levels of equipment. You might be working in a low-tech classroom, using chalk and a blackboard or markers and a whiteboard, or you might have a room with more technology, such as an interactive whiteboard and internet connection, or a data projector and laptop. How well equipped the classroom is doesn't necessarily need to affect the overall quality of the teaching and learning, but it does mean you'll have to reconsider your lesson plan if it's on a USB stick but your classroom only has a blackboard, or if there's a power cut. If you liked the video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And see you again next time.